Hey, what's up everyone? Andy here from Krusty Plug, and thank you very much for joining me for another video. Today actually quite excited to make this video because a couple of days ago on Sunday I went to the local car boot sale, which happened to be one of the largest car boot sales of the year in my area, and managed to get my hands on quite a few things there. I was originally actually planning to make this video already on Sunday after the car boot sale, but by the time I got home, I actually stayed there till very bitter end, and then when I arrived back in Inverness, I decided to go around the charity shops and raid them too, which actually was the right move because I managed to score a few things there as well, and you will see them later on. But yeah, by the time I kind of got home, it was early night, early evening, and I felt really tired because I went to bed quite late previous night and got up quite early to go to this car boot sale, so I only slept for about 5 hours, so I was exhausted by the time I got home. So I didn't really feel in the right mindset to make a video. And then yesterday as well, I was kind of maybe planning to do this video yesterday, but somehow it didn't materialize either. So here we are, Tuesday night, 17th of September, and I want to just recap on everything I picked up this past Sunday at the local car boot sale. Now, first thing maybe to mention, a couple things to mention. The car boot sale wasn't as packed as I anticipated it, so that was maybe a little bit disappointing aspect, that there could have been a few more traders out there, but still it was really busy, and ultimately I am not complaining. I'm really grateful about all the people that turned up to sell and gave me opportunity to buy their games and consoles, so thank you very much all for doing that. And the other thing maybe that was a little bit disappointing is I didn't really find any of the older generation games. So we're talking about like Game Boy games, Super Nintendo stuff, kind of like cartridge games. So couldn't see any of them there, but then again there were other people digging for stuff and hunting for stuff, so maybe I just simply missed out on these things, and some other people picked them up. So just never know. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with what I ended up that day. And once I go through all this stuff, I'll try to kind of remember what I paid for kind of all the individual things or little bundles I bought, and try to remember what I paid and tell the prices I paid. But if I'm not mistaken, the very total I spent on a day for everything I bought on that car boot sale, if I'm not mistaken, it was £103.80. So I kind of tallied up the money I had with me and what was left over, and I spent a few things there or there for the kind of entry, because it was like a charitable event, so there was £2 entry. I bought some food from a kind of a burger van basically. So yeah, I deducted all that money. I calculated that what I actually had spent on a day for my trades was £103.80. Okay guys, let's jump into it and go through everything here. One other thing maybe to mention is I don't think I can squeeze everything in one video, so I'm only going to do a part of my pickups in this video, and it's definitely going to be two-part video, if not even three-part video. So stay tuned for some further episodes of this car boot sale recap. But thank you very much for sticking with me, and ultimately I hope you will come back and check the follow-up videos as well. Speaking of videos, if you enjoy my content so far, please do consider subscribing to my channel. And ultimately, if you enjoyed any particular video, or you got anything to add, any comments, anything at all, any wisdom, then please feel free to drop me a comment below, and that would be also very much appreciated. Okay, so let's go through all the things I have here today, and then as I said, that will be only a part of content I picked up, and then the rest is yet to come. I don't know why, but I bought some more Nintendo Wii consoles. Actually picked up not one but two. Didn't really need them, but they happen to be so cheap that I'm almost kind of struggling to pass on them. And ultimately, I think there is a bit of value in them, you know, for trade reasons. So I thought, why not? I'll just pick them up, and eventually I'll be able to trade them for something else. First of all, managed to get my hands on Boxed V with some additional accessories and games. I approached this couple. They had this all stuff I'm just about to show you, and when I asked for the price, they said it's £20. I asked them if they would be happy to let it go for 15, and the second I mentioned 15, they pretty much jumped up from joy and was all over me like a rush, and they were really happy to take my £15. So in hindsight, I think I actually could have gotten it even for less, because something tells me at the time I got there, I think it was about 2 or 3 hours into the car boot sale, and I think they were just pretty much desperate to get rid of it because nobody had bought it or up till that point. So anyway, I'm not going to grudge. £15 still was pretty good deal for everything I got for that £15. And ultimately, I got Boxed balance board with the fit. So that was there as part of the deal. The game is separate outside, but that needs to be put back in. So the game was there as well. Then they had the large box V Play and V Remote Control bundle. The game was outside, but ultimately needs to go in there. So the big bundle, the big box, and ultimately there's another controller inside. They actually have stashed the controller and the nunchuck that's supposed to be inside the V box. They have stashed it inside here as well. So there's 2 controllers and nunchuck inside, which needs to be removed. But actually, I'm pretty pleased to get this because I had V Play already, but I didn't have the big box version, I believe, or did I have it? No, I don't think I had it. So yeah, so pretty pleased to pick that one up. And then they had a couple extra games. They had Carnival Fun for Games, which I got already, so I can trade that. And also Rayman Raving Rabbids TV Party. I don't think I got this one in my collection. I need to double check, but I don't think I got that one, so that will most likely end up in my collection. Then they had also, as part of that bundle, which appears to be completely brand new, unused nunchuck, which is original V nunchuck. So not like a cheap value thing, so it's original in its box. So I'm always quite happy to see some original accessories in their original packing, even if they are used. So I'm always happy to buy them. And then the actual V, I'm not going to unbox it, but it's all there. Well, the one thing that isn't there is the V Sports. So this is supposed to be V Sports bundle. Unfortunately, the V Sports game isn't inside, it's missing. But apart from that, everything else, all the accessories, everything is there. It's fully complete, all the little stands and bits and bobs, cables, everything is included. So yeah, fully boxed pretty much, minus the game. So I was pretty happy to pay £15 for that bundle. And then probably around the same time or a little bit after, I stumbled across another lady who was selling a V on its own, which appeared to be at the time fully complete. And I asked about the price, and she actually kind of didn't really know what to ask for it, and she said kind of, well, it's like £5 or £10. So she was kind of, you know, trying to assess the situation and see what I maybe was testing me to see what I was going to pay, you know, for it if I was going to buy it. And I asked her if she had any games, and she said, well, there wasn't any games at the time. She said, but my husband is coming over, he's going to be here in about half an hour, and he's bringing more stuff for me to sell. And I believe he's also bringing some V games because I forgot them at home this morning. And she said, well, if you come back in about half an hour's time, we'll see what we can do on this. So I did go back, and right enough, she had a couple games, nothing major, just 2 games. And I asked her, so what do you want for it? And she says, well, listen, if you give me £5, I'll be happy. And ultimately, I couldn't argue with that, you know, pretty much complete V with a couple games, £5. It was no brainer for me, so I couldn't resist it, so I bought it. So the 2 games she had was Shaun White Snowboarding. That's complete, and also Rayman Raving Rabbids 2, which unfortunately is missing the manual, but still the game is there, so fair deal. And then the V itself, the console itself was in reasonable condition. It seemed to be well used, but definitely hasn't been abused. So everything is in place. It's original GameCube backwards compatible console, and just needs to be cleaned up really more than anything else. And I think it's going to be in pretty good shape. So that's all was there, and then she also had the original power supply with the composite video cable and SCART adapter. The sensor bar was there as well, and the nunchuck and the V remote. So the two things that I then noticed that were missing, but it's not a big deal. Remote control, I believe, supposed to be supplied as standard, and when it comes with Wii, it's supposed to come with the silicone sleeve. So the silicone sleeve wasn't there, but it's not a big deal per se. I can pick up the silicone sleeve somewhere else at some point. And the sensor bar was missing the little kind of plastic cradle stand for it. So that's the only things that are missing, but they're not too important to kind of ultimately enjoy the console. So yeah, for £5 I thought, why not another Wii. Then while we are on Wii, I managed to pick up a couple games. It was pretty much at the very end, and the guy was pretty much almost like throwing these games away, so I paid 50p per title, so ultimately paid £1.50 per 3 items. First item I spotted, and the only reason I bought it because actually I got this already. If you've seen my previous videos in recent times, it was about a week ago or so, or a couple of weeks ago, I picked this up from I think a car boot sale as well. I think it was a car boot sale. I picked it up, maybe it was even a Sunday week ago, and it holds a little bit of value. So it was basically Tiger Woods PGA Tour 12 Masters. I believe this retails for about £5 or £6. So that was the only reason, because it was so cheap. I thought I'm going to grab it and use it for the trading purposes. And then I also kind of a little bit gutted that it wasn't in a better condition, but I picked up two big box kind of bundle editions of two sports games. First was Tiger Woods PGA Tour 10. It comes in kind of large cardboard box, but as you can see, the box is pretty much wrecked. But the game is inside, the game's in good condition, and what it was originally supplied with, and it's still inside. And if you can see here, hopefully, it comes with V Motion Plus sensor, so that's still inside. And I thought, well, for 50p I'm getting a game and a sensor. I think these sensors are something like £2 or £3 retail. So I thought for 50p, why not? Even if the box is trashed, ultimately I can chuck the box away and keep the game and the sensor. So yeah, it was fair deal in the end. And then the other sports title I picked up is Grand Slam Tennis, and that is the same thing. So it's a large box, the same as Tiger Woods. It's big cardboard box, again completely trashed, but again it comes with a sensor inside. So I thought for 50p, why not? Then unfortunately didn't see anyone else really selling any gaming magazines, but spotted this at one stall and picked it up, paid 50p, and it's the official Xbox magazine. It's issue 156 from November 2017. So pretty pleased to find that, because I really want to collect some back issues of some video game magazines and ultimately try to read some of them as well, because that's kind of a nice way to go back in time and ponder over the things that been released years back ultimately, and sometimes learn things that I have maybe missed or didn't know about, and learn about the games maybe that I have missed or haven't played, and so yeah, it's kind of ultimately the history of gaming So yeah, it came in an original cardboard sleeve. The only thing that I think is missing is the original free posters that were supplied with the magazine, but it's not a big deal, so I paid 50p for that, so I was pretty pleased to find the magazine as well. Then this one gentleman that I visited, he was not gentleman, it actually was a family. They had a van full of stuff and just they kept taking stuff out of the van and piling up and piling up. So I actually went back and seen them about 3 times, I think. And every time I went back I found a few bits and bobs to buy. And in this one particular time I went, I ended up with 2 kind of separate little bundles. Well, the first thing I picked up was 2 video games, and if I'm not mistaken I paid £1, so 50p each. And I picked up the Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind for Xbox One, so 50p, and then also Time Splitters Future Perfect for PlayStation 2. Unfortunately missing the manual, and I believe I got this game already, but this holds a little bit of value, so if I do have it, which I'm pretty sure I do, I can always trade it. And then at the same time I kind of went round and found some other stuff on the other end of their kind of stall, and I don't know whether they had some other titles before and somebody else picked them up, or whether this was only PlayStation 1 titles they had, but ultimately they had some PlayStation 1 sports games. And I also picked up a couple of Blu-ray films and got this little bundle for £3. So again, ultimately works out 50p per item. So I picked out, ironically, they are all Madden games. So picked up Madden 98 for PlayStation 1, then Madden 99, Madden 2000, and Madden 2001, so 99 or 98 up to 2001. So I don't believe I have any of these in my collection, so paying only 50p for PlayStation 1 sports style, you know, fair deal at the end of the day. You know, they not worth that much, but you know, only 50p, so I kind of almost cannot argue about that deal. And then picked up 2 Blu-rays as well at the same time. Picked up the Chronicles of Narnia Prince Caspian, and also Monsters Incorporated, I think. And so that was £3, that bundle, so which was kind of a decent deal. Then okay, let's check this off, or tick this off. It was towards the end as well. They were trying to kind of sell as much as they could. I think I bought some games from them earlier on, and I went back and picked up these 2 and got them for £1. Picked up Sim Animals Africa for Wii, so ultimately paid 50p, and also Resident Evil 5 for Xbox 360, so that was 50p as well, so £1 for 2. Then picked up Burnout Paradise for PlayStation 3, so paid £1 for this, and went back to the same couple for the second time and picked also up a 3D Blu-ray disc of Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger's Tides 3D, with kind of like a holographic cover. So I don't know whether you can see it. It doesn't do really much, but yeah, it just kind of shimmers a little bit. So £1 for that one as well. Okay, then I did buy some other games from this couple, but I went back for a second time and picked the second bundle. They actually were asking, I think originally they were asking like £2 per game, or they were doing like 5 games for £8. I think that was the deal. 1 title £2, or 5 titles for £8. I did kind of got a little deal from them earlier on. I can't remember what I actually picked up, and that I will show in the next video. But I went back and I approached the guy and said, listen, I want to buy some more games from you, but they're definitely not worth £2 £2, they're probably worth at best like 50 pence. But if you're happy to kind of, you know, negotiate the deal a little bit, you know, we can maybe do something. So I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games. And I believe we agreed on £8, which I didn't really want to pay £8. I think I was kind of more happy, you know, to go with about like £7 or even £6, but he wasn't really budging. And the reason I actually ended up agreeing on £8, I'll show you in a second. So first of all, 3 PlayStation 3 games. Got Vin Diesel Wheelman, Tom Clancy's Hawks, so that being through CX, judging by stickers. Mercenaries 2 World in Flames. Then let's actually go this way. Then one Xbox 360 title, which is Lego Indiana Jones The Original Adventures. Then a couple original Xbox titles, which I'm always kind of pleased to find. Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines, which is complete. And then Area 51, which unfortunately is missing the manual, but still happy to have at least a game on the disc. And then the rest, 5 games were PlayStation 2, but kind of cheap titles, but I didn't have most of them in my collection, so I decided to grab them. Air Raid 3. Then Knight Rider the Game. Knight Rider the Game 2, or Knight Rider 2 the game. Burnout 3 Takedown. And Shadow the Hedgehog. And this is the one that actually I spotted that I didn't really pay attention. There's actually was 2 discs inside, so I got a bonus disc. I got also free running, which was included there. But ultimately what I did spot, and that was the reason I agreed on £8, because that's added maybe a couple pounds value to that trade, it came with the original PlayStation 8 MB memory card. So that was there. I don't know whether you can see it. So that was there as well. So ultimately ended up paying £8, and I thought, well, fair play. Okay, the disc has gone somewhere missing. Then at the very end, pretty much picked up this little bundle of 4 items, paid 80 pence, so 20 pence per title. Picked up PlayStation 2 game Tony Hawk's Underground. Then picked up sealed copy of FIFA 07 for PC. Not really sure why I bought this one, a football game from 2007 or 2006 even. But it was sealed copy, so I thought, well, I might be able to trade it and get maybe something for it. Then Age of Empires Gold Edition, which is explosive kind of label, so cheap label, but ultimately complete Gold Edition of original Age of Empires. So I think I got this already in this particular edition, so I'm going to trade that. And then Monsters Inc. on DVD. So that was 80 pence, so 20 pence per title. Then I picked up this little bundle here. I was trying to get, I think, 4 games here. I think it was a bundle of 7 games. There was another 3 PlayStation 3 titles I was trying to get. Was trying to negotiate a deal with this girl and her mother, and they were like budging, and they were like wanting silly price for it. And then I put down the 3 PlayStation 3 games, and I said, well, how about I just get these 4 for £4? And suddenly they were like, yeah, okay, we'll take your £4. And I was none the wiser why they didn't want to let another 3 PlayStation games, you know, for ultimately similar price. You know, I think I was offering like £1 or £1.50 per title or something like that. So anyway, got these 4. So picked up PlayStation 3 copy of Need for Speed Undercover. Then got Mass Effect 3 for Xbox 360. It actually says better with Kinect sensor, so I'm not entirely sure what the Kinect sensor does in this. I haven't really looked into it. If you know, guys, if you have played it with Kinect, let me know. What is the difference playing it per normal or with Kinect sensor? So what, you know, yeah. And then 2 Wii titles, got Mario Strikers Charged Football for Wii, and then The Sims 2 Castaway for Wii as well. So paid £4 for that. And then last but not least, picked up, oh actually guys, sorry, I mixed up this bundle here I just showed you. I paid £4, but it wasn't from the girl I thought I had kind of hard time to negotiate the deal. This was from somebody else, but yeah, I paid £4. And this is the bundle I bought from the girl that I was trying to negotiate the deal with, extra 3 PlayStation 3 games, but ended up still paying £4 for these 4 games. And I picked up Devil May Cry HD Collection on Xbox 360. And then 3 Wii titles. Got Big Family Games, Big Beach Sport, and Wonder World Amusement Park. Okay, that's it. So that is the end of part 1, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you enjoyed it. And I shall go and tidy this all away now, get organised for, well, ultimately I need to clean this all up and you know, sort it out and put things in my collection that I don't have. But ultimately I got more stuff to show to you, so stay tuned. The next video hopefully will be coming in the next day or 2. And there are more things I would like to share with you and show my latest pickups from this Carwood sale. So thank you very much for watching today. I really appreciate your time, and I shall see you in the next one. Take it easy.